Hey, everybody, this is Jack Hammer of the Santa Rosa Press Democrat, and welcome to the 49ers film review. We will go through every play from Brock Purdy's first NFL postseason start right after this. Hello, everybody. This is Jack Hammer. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to get to this film breakdown for the 49ers Seahawks from the NFC wildcard game. Brock Purdy having a tremendous game, putting up the best passer rating of every NFL quarterback during the wildcard weekend. We'll see tonight if he finishes off the round with the highest rating. But he finishes 18 of 30, 332, 3 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, a pass rating of 137.5. The next closest was Jones from the New York Giants, who was 24 of 35, 301, a pair of touchdowns, and a pass rate of 123.4. It was a really good performance by Purdy. We're going to go through it. You'll see some of the struggles early on, which didn't have to do so much with decision making as they did with just getting the ball to the right place. And then as the first half goes on, you see some issues on the decision making part a little bit. So we'll get into all of that. We'll go through every play, like I said. Let me bring up the film and let's get this thing rolling. Get my face off the screen. First play of the game, 49ers from their own 36, 21 personnel. They ran 21 personnel quite often with different looks, and this is just a miss by Brock Purdy. Really good job on his part in terms of, he's seen the field. He knows where he wants to go. He wants to hit this crosser it's the over route to Deebo Samuel. This is a base concept in the 49ers offense, play action with that over route coming behind it. This is where you also see the presence of Christian McCaffrey helps open it. Look at the linebackers all stepping up to fill that run. Look at all of them around the line of scrimmage, and he has a wide open Deebo Samuel for a big play. Just overshoots it for the incompletion, but it's an easy read. He sees it, and the ball just comes out of his hand high. It's just not a good ball from Purdy here on the opening play. See it from the end. Watch those linebackers all jump. Look at the opening that it creates behind it, and it's just a wide open throw that he just flat out misses. Just a terrible throw on that one. Comes back on the next play, 2nd and 10. The 49ers are still in 21 personnel. Look at the backfield, how it changes up right now. It's you have Kyle Juszczyk in here. He's at the top of the screen. George Kittle is inside of him. You had Purdy McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel in the backfield. And Brandon, down here at the bottom of the screen, McCaffrey's going to motion up to the top. Basically creating a little bunch look on the top of the screen. Purdy does a really nice job here, keeping his eyes down the field, keep that linebacker. There's only one person here that can defend the slant route from Brandon Ayuk. Watch after the motion takes place. The only guy that can stop this is 57. And so Purdy just needs to hold him inside to keep that lane open. So he keeps his eyes down the middle, turns, throws. That's where the ball needs to be placed, because if he puts it more inside, that linebacker is able to make a play on the ball. So nice ball placement by Purdy. Good job with his eyes. That's one of the things that I really like with him is really solid eye placement. And then here they are still in 21 personnel, and this is the third play of the game, the third different backfield setup that the 49ers have in terms of who's in the backfield. Now you have Deebo Samuel as the deep back, Kyle Juszczyk as the fullback, and Christian McCaffrey out top as the wide receiver. You have the Z receiver who is Brandon Ayuk. He's your that's what we used to call him as a Z. So on this one, they're going to run the toss to the left side here with Deebo Samuel. Tremendous blocking up front. Watch Brandon Ayuk on this play. The ball's 10 yards downfield, and he's still blocking his man. But it's really nice blocking up front. And this is Deebo Samuel doing Deebo Samuel things. This is kind of a turn back the clock to what last season looked like for Deebo in this game. Crazy considering the injury we saw him have against Tampa Bay just less than a month ago. Great blocking all around. Good job of sealing the edge. Good job, again, by Ayuk. As we watch this one from the end, watch the lane that's created out here on the left side. Really nice job. You see Williams is turned. George Kittle is turned. So they've got that inside sealed off. Good block, keeping the guy to the outside there by Brandon Ayuk. And now it's going to be 44 leading on the lone man up the field. Boom, there's that block. And he's just not 57 gets an angle on him to be able to bring him down, but a 22-yard gain. That's 2021 version of Deebo Samuel right there. Still in 21 formation. Notice a different look again, and he's got him. He just holds the ball a little too long. He has Juwan Jennings on that corner route. It's open really quick. Just takes him an extra beat too long. The ball should be out right now. But he's still kind of bouncing and doesn't get the ball out of his hand on time. That's why the ball's underthrown. If he throws this ball when it needs to be thrown, where he puts it is the right spot, but he's just a beat late with the delivery. Again, play action. Look at Seattle biting up on that run. It's wide open. Throw the ball now. It's just a little late getting the ball out of his hand. Second and 10. This play, the 49ers ran this play last week with the same play, except for they did it with Elijah Mitchell as the lone back or as the receiving back. It's really what they're doing is they're getting into a sweep with a pass. So that's why that's a backward pass. Last week I talked about this one, but it was the same thing, except for they motioned Elijah Mitchell into the backfield. Everything about this thing looks the same. Doing different, you get a little bit better pursuit from Seattle. Throws a little bit behind him. It was blocked up a little bit better last week, and that's what led to the long 37-yard run by Elijah Mitchell. This is just it's a throw sweep, I guess is the easiest way to think about it, because they're throwing it, but look at this is a design sweep the whole way. The way that they're blocking it on the edge, and you got 64 downfield, blocking a guy at the 5-yard line. And then this next one here on 3rd and 3 from the 16. Now they're in 11 personnel. This is the second time they've done this. They were in 11 on the last one as well. This is the first throw of the game, in which I really don't like this decision from Purdy. I think he predetermines prior to the snap where he's going to go with the ball. And he tries to force this into Juwan Jennings, who hasn't even turned around yet when the ball goes behind him. Again, this is a predetermined throw. I think on this one, you need to see that he's not open. And instead of risking that tight window throw, just come down to Christian McCaffrey underneath, get the ball to him right here and let him pick up the first down. And then you get into your next series of plays. That would have been the better read. I think he was just a little quick on his decision here. Like I said, I think he looked at it pre-snap and felt he was going to get that slant. 57 just sits right there and just takes it away and gets his hands on the ball. It would have been a heck of an interception if he was make the pick. But you look at that first series, first throw, bad miss on a right read, bad miss. Really nice throw on the second play of the game. Then you get the deep corner route, just a tick late on that one, and then just the one bad read at the end of that. So overall, that was probably the worst that Purdy played in the first half up until the end of the first half. After that little rough start, he really starts to come around. And really quick, before I go on, just want to shout out a few folks over in the comment section. We got Kia 1967 says, "What's up, Jack? Bang bang Niner gang." We got Cal Bear 949 says, "Still trying to filter the actual production of Purdy from the system, play calling, and expectation." I think what you need to realize is we're seeing execution out of this offense that I don't think we've ever seen. I don't think we've ever seen the 49ers offense execute the way that they're doing right now under Kyle Shanahan. So, yeah, there's play calling. There's some system to it. There is a portion of it because of the playmakers, but he's still playing at a very high level. We'll see that as we go through this. The Stivers 209 show says, "Hey Jack, Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Winner goes to play San Francisco this weekend in Santa Clara on Sunday night. It's not going to be Sunday night. It's 3:30, so it's not quite Sunday night. Sunday afternoon. Let's go Niners. Let's beat Tampa or Dallas. That's going to be for another show, but that's going to be a lot of fun. So join us at about 4:00 for that one. Stivers 209. We have the Jedi says the Purdy dime.uke. I'm here for it. Absolutely. Blank. Hey man. Hey Blank. And Jan Stewart. Difference between Jimmy G and Purdy is he knows his mistakes. I think you're right on that one. Amateur Draft Scout. My favorite pass of the game is when Purdy throws the ball right by the left guard's head, dotting the receiver. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't think it's going to show up on the film, but that was a throw. I think that was to Deebo Samuel on the crosser there. Kia says, Jack, do you think Kyle flipped the script on Seattle and started throwing first and running second? Masterpiece? No, I don't. I went back and if looking at the first matchup, they ran the ball heavy in the first quarter. But in the second matchup, they were much more pass heavy. So this game plan was much more like what they did up in Seattle back in Week 15 when they won the NFC West. So it was a really good. I like this. I thought it was a good plan. Carcast says, "What's up, Jack? What's up, Carcast? Good to have you here. I'm doing good. It's raining outside. We got a river down our street, but thankfully it's not coming up to the patio." Greg T says, "Thanks, Jack. Great show. Thank you. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's get back to it." Mountain Cat says, "Playoff jitters. He recovered and played well." He did. For the most part, overall, he did. Go Niners. Love the show. Thank you, Russell. Let's get back to the film. Second possession here. And this is, again, I talked about it earlier with Brandon Ayuk on the sweep to Deebo Samuel. Watch Brandon Ayuk on this one. It's well blocked up. There's the kick out. Nobody's there. Now watch 11. Blocking. Okay, this guy's past him. He keeps chasing him. There's another block there. And 23, if he had just been able to make that one guy miss, he's in the end zone. But look at this one from the end zone. The blocking here is just spectacular. 71's going to get out there. He's going to get his man kicked out. Boom. There's that's just a real nice kind of a pin and pull type of a look by on the outside. Because watch 71, he's going to be pulling. 41 looks like he makes 44 does a really nice job there because he makes Irvin, number 51, feel like he has to stay outside. So that keeps him wide, which allows 71 the angle. And then 44 comes down and Barton's not even paying attention to him and he ear holes him. And then look at that hole. I mean, that's just, and then look at Ayuk chasing him down the field. Really good run there. If 30 misses him, that's a touchdown because Ayuk's working his butt off. But look at this one more time. I know 49er fans or fans in general, a lot of times the long ball, those long throws are what everybody likes. But man, this is just a pretty play. Again, watch what 44 does because he keeps 51 right in spot so that 71 can kick him out. And then watch the ear hole right here. Watch this. Holds him. Boom. Look at that. That is a very pretty football play. Look at the blocking all along. It's just a wall. There's nobody there. 23 doesn't get touched until he gets tackled at the end of this play. Just phenomenal execution by the 49ers there. I like run plays like this because it just takes so many guys to make plays along the way. It's just little things, boom, 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 all the way down. And that block right at the beginning, huge check along with Trent Williams to start that thing off. That was beautiful. And then you have Brandon Ayuk with a really nice block there, chasing him all the way down the field. Really good stuff. This one here, this is one I think Mitchell just needs to cut this up inside. The 81's coming across, and he's not able to hook. And so 25's got to read that block. And if he cuts this thing up inside, he's got room to run. Watch from this angle. It's better. It's tough. He's got to cut that thing up right now up inside and follow that convoy of blockers. It's got to get up inside. He's got to hit that up in. He's not going to be able to get it around the edge. So then they come back here. It's second and 13 now because they just lost 3. They're in 12 formation. They got 2 tight ends. They were in 12 on the previous play as well. So they're in 12 here. Purdy's going to look to his left side. He's really going to start off working to the left. Nothing's open there. And Quick comes back and hits Mitchell for a nice gain of 18. Mitchell almost gets into the end zone. The only thing about this one, let's watch it one more time from up top. I just, the passing plays are so much better to look at up here. But, Ayuk isn't open. That's a tight window throw. That's tight, too tight to get that ball out to Debo. So he does a good job of coming backside, puts it on 25. These little check down throws, this is old time 49er football. Think of Roger Craig from Joe Montana in Super Bowl 19, that kind of stuff. This is just really pretty. He's looking left. 1, 2, not there. Comes back. The only thing that I would, if I was going to make any kind of observation here of something that's not positive about this play, is the way that 13 drifts. So watch how Purdy drifts to his left. He's looking left, so that makes a little bit of sense. But look at how he keeps stepping to his left. So he's actually putting himself closer to. He's fine. He's in the pocket there, but he's putting himself closer to 71 than he really needs to. But nice throw. Good job getting off the ground and getting the ball out of his hands. Just a really nice play from Purdy with his eyes, and then he comes backside. Good check down throw, something that they were missing last week. And then here at the goal line, they go into 23 formation. They're going to try to pound this thing over the left guard. But if you see up at the top of the screen, that's Charlie Warner at the top. He's the end man on the line of scrimmage on the right side. He gets beat to the inside by 10, who is able to come down and wrap up Mitchell before he's even able to get to the line of scrimmage, and they lose a yard. So watch it from here. Watch that tight end on the right side. That's Charlie Warner. I think that's Wosu, who's going to beat him inside, cross his face. Yep, and then he makes the tackle. It's a big pile there, but I think if he doesn't get hit from the backside, if 89 makes his block, I think 25 probably is able to dive across and get it. Doesn't work out. So now you come to the second and goal from the 3. They just tried to pound it up inside. Didn't work, right? So, okay. Kyle Shanahan says, let's do what we always do. We're going to bring 11 personnel onto the field. You got your 3 receivers, 1 tight end, shotgun formation with McCaffrey. Look at the running lanes to the right side if they decide that they want to run it. Instead, they call a pass off of the motion here. Looks right. Ayuk's double covered, looks left. Looks like Samuel's covered down here. Jennings, quick second. He's not open. He starts to break off his route. Purdy comes right back down to the check down receiver for a touchdown. Really nice. Again, watch how fast he goes through this. It's right, left, right, touchdown. Right, left, move, right, touchdown. That's high level stuff. So when you're wondering how much of the, like that question I was asked earlier, or I hit up earlier on Cal Bear, I think it's from Cal Bear 949. This is the example of what I'm talking about, where this is just different from what, where it's not just Kyle Shanahan. It's not just the offense in terms of, the way that it's dictated by the coach and all that kind of stuff. This is a quarterback that's going out and he's going boom, 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 boom. He's processing at a very high level. If we want to say that Purdy is a product of the system, then I think you need to say that guys like Joe Montana and Steve Young were products of the system, playing under the coaches that they played in for the 49ers back in the early 80s. Jeff Garcia was a product of the system and product of Terrell Owens back in the early 2000s. All that kind of stuff, because he's operating the offense at a high level. Yes, he has some misses in this game. It's a playoff game. Playoff games are different. They're not like a regular season game, and there's just a little bit more pressure. He came out, he struggled a little bit early, and you're seeing him starting to settle in and making plays. So they have the touchdown throw. They come back. This is the next play of the game. First play of the third possession. They're in 21 formation here to start off. Brandon Ayuk up at the top, Ray McLeod down here at the bottom, along with Kyle Juszczyk, and there goes in motion George Kittle. Basically, looks like an 11 personnel look here. Play action, drop back. Looks deep. It's not there. Hits the crosser to Ayuk, and a nice chunk play of 23 to open up the possession. But again, you see him hit his back foot, hits the top of the drop. He's taking the deep look to McLeod right there. It's not there, but the next route coming over is in that same line of vision, so he doesn't really have to look anywhere else. He sees it cleared out by McLeod, which means the next ball open, the next guy through is open, and that's Ayuk. If Ayuk's not there, or somebody's sitting that area, if you see somebody there, then it's an easy check down to the running back in the right flat, because that would mean that guy in the flat has fallen off. Just again, I'm gonna look at this one last time from the top. I want to show you, because so there he's bailing out here, right? He's going to his left. He stops. Now he's looking at that deep, and it's not there. So the next thing across is Ayuk, and he's open. Now, if Ayuk was covered, the only guy that's going to cover Ayuk and take this away is either going to be 57 or the defender that right now is at the 30. If he had fallen back a little bit to take away that throwing, take away that play. But because it's all wide open, it's just look at everything. He can even have taken the check down if he wanted to, and had a nice game. So good stuff there by Purdy. Good, nice play call, good play design. This is, again, where the running of Christian McCaffrey, the threat of Christian McCaffrey, even when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, what he's doing to the defense. You see the same thing a little bit with Deebo Samuel as well. 1st and 10, 48, 21 personnel. They're going to run this thing to the left side. Al Harris just beats. Actually, it's a little bit of Al Harris and a little bit of 95. Al Harris does a really nice job to start this thing off with. 95 gets across the face of Daniel Brunskill, makes the tackle, but Al Harris is the one that stands up. Aaron Banks beats that double team, is able to kind of hold his spot there. It's really Daniel Brunskill's guy that comes back and makes the play there. So we end up with 2nd and 12. It's 11 personnel here. They're going to try to take a deep shot to Juwan Jennings. It's well covered, and this is where Purdy is just. I think Purdy's perfect for this offense. Let me get back to it here. So he's looking right here. He's looking for that deep shot. He almost starts to pull the trigger on it, but it's not there. He takes a quick look over at George Kittle. It's not there, and then he just takes the open space and picks up the first down. This right here is everything that the 49ers wanted at the end of the 2020 season. Somebody that can just execute the offense, somebody who has the legs to make plays happen when they're not there. I do think that they wanted the quarterback to be able to be a little bit more of the running portion of it, which is why they went with Trey Lance. But the way that Brock Purdy is executing this offense right now is at a very high level, and that's why we're seeing them put up so many points. So you get the nice scramble there, and then they're going to come back here, play action, and this should be a touchdown. And it's not Purdy's fault. This is a touchdown to Brandon Ayuk, and Ayuk just stops moving. Listening to Kyle Shanahan talk earlier today, this is a mistake. This is a mistake on Ayuk's part, and Brock Purdy handled it afterwards. I heard a lot of people talk about Deebo being wide open. He is wide open. Deebo Samuel is wide effing open on this play. Not a doubt about it. The read on this play, though, is deep to Ayuk to shallow to Deebo Samuel. The safety in the middle of the field at the 20-yard line, he's already driving on the crosser, right? So even though you could get this ball to Deebo Samuel and let him run, the read takes you to Brandon Ayuk. So this is the right throw from Brock Purdy. He just needs his receiver to keep running. So for all the, this is the one play of Ayuk, so you can nitpick his performance. Other than this, he played a great game. It's just, and like Kyle Shanahan said, he took care Brock Purdy took care of it like he always does, like he needs to. He has leadership of this offense, but that is the right read. I've heard a few people say that it's a miss. It's not a miss. He's throwing it to the right guy. Watch number 6. You can see him in the screen. He bails out there, so you can't really see him. But this is the right one. And then here's the other piece to this. There's a lot of people that want to talk about the arm strength or maybe lack thereof from Brock Purdy. Let's see where he throws his ball from. Play action. He's at the 50. Steps up to it, throws it from the 49, and throws it 2 yards deep in the end zone. That's a 50-yard ball. That's all you need in this offense to be able to make every throw. And he can make every throw in this offense. We just take this one back one more time. Again, like I said, If you're telling me that Deebo Samuel is open, I'm not going to argue with you because he is open. The reason it's not a miss on Brock Purdy's part, though, is because this is the right read. Kyle Shanahan has said more than once over the time that he's been here is he'll take an incomplete throw or even sometimes an interception if the quarterback's going to where he should go. And that's what Brock Purdy is doing here. He's got Deebo Samuel open, but remember, number one is Ayuk, and Ayuk just stops. So it's the right read, it's the right throw. Everything about that play is correct. He just needs the receiver to run the route that he's supposed to run, and it's probably 6 because there's nobody in the middle of the field to stop this. There's nobody there. Everybody is around the line of scrimmage, and that's one that they learn from. And hopefully when they go into the next game, you see them be able to execute it properly. They come off of that, though, 2nd and 10, 11 personnel here. Straight drop back, and it's all covered down the field. Hits Kittle quickly, and a nice gain by Kittle. Kittle only had two catches on this game, but he's got this one here for 14 yards, and the other one that he got was, I think, 23. So both of his plays ended up being this isn't an explosive because usually explosive passes are 15 to 20 plus, but a nice 14-yard completion here to Kittle. Really nice yards after the catch as well. Again, just executing the offense at a high level. 1st and 10 at the 27. 21 formation, and this is an RPO. They're going to move him around here. You're going to see pre-snap. He's going to fake the toss. He's going to throw actually the backside slant to 23, but this is an RPO all the way. That's why you see everybody moving with it. You can see that even the offensive linemen are blocking run here. Boom. And puts it on him for a nice gain of 14 to the running back / wide receiver, Christian McCaffrey. RPO, here's the fake. Turn, throw. Boom. Puts it on him. Nice. Nicely done. And then you got the toss here. It only goes for a yard, but I'm looking at this one, and I think that this was one where he needs to cut this back just a little bit quicker. He gets a little wide out there. You're going to see this is kind of their toss zone type of scheme where it's like your toss split belly because you see Hushik come back and block backside. That usually is what they do on their split belly zone look. This thing, the angle, he needs to cut this thing back, and the angle is right here off of Kyle Juszczyk. You can see the lane. I don't have a pointer, but you can see where Daniel Brunskill is, and you can see where everybody is. Right there, right off 99 is where that ball should be run. He just doesn't quite get there. Second and 9 out of 21 personnel here. It's actually 11. They're trying to take a shot play out here to the right side. They're looking. They're making it. What they've got going on down here is you've got a screen with Deebo Samuel. They're trying to make it look like Kittle's going to come and block for that, but then he's going to wheel up at the field. He's covered. So now Purdy's got to look to everything else. He starts to go backside. Aaron Banks is on the ground. He got beat. And so that's where the sack comes from. You got the shot play covered on the outside, works backside, 65 gets beat, and there's nowhere for him to go with the ball. He's trying to get backside, and you've got, even if he tried to hit the check down at 23, he's covered there as well. But watch Aaron Banks here at left guard on 97. That's where the sack is made because that's where everything gets out of whack. Just throws him down. He's able to make that first guy miss, and in the second one he can't. If he was able to reset his feet there, he probably was able to hit that ball across the middle to Juwan Jennings. That's where he was trying to work. And then 3rd and 17, they're going to run a draw here just to set up a field goal. Remember, last week they ran a draw in a similar situation and picked up the first down. This time, they're not close. They're only able to pick up 5. They end up with the field goal here. Coming back next possession, 1st and 10 from the and they're in 11 personnel, and this one's a miss. It's a completion, but I think this is a little bit of a miss here by Purdy. I think he's got this is one that I think he'd like to have back. I think he has the deeper route here to Brandon Ayuk that's open, and I just think he misses this one. This is that same concept that they ran earlier. It's the same play they ran earlier to Ayuk. The difference, though, is look at 26, right? So 26 is falling back. I think that's why he takes the check down. Kind of, if this ball is going to come out, I should probably think about what I'm saying here. Because if I go back and I rewind the show and I showed this play earlier and I said, you got the guy taking the deep route, then you get that middle hole, and then the thing to watch, the player to watch is that flat defender, which is number 26 down here, who's at the 35-yard line. So in reality, that he's actually making the right read. This isn't a miss. I think he probably could have snuck this ball into Ayuk if he gets it out quickly. But again, there's the play action. The top's taken off, and then 26 is kind of falling back into it. Remember when they ran this play last time, the ball was caught around the numbers. So this is one where better be safe than sorry. Take the check down, pick up 7 yards. It's one of those tweeners, though. I think there's a possibility to get that ball into Brandon Ayuk. Taking the check down, moving the sticks, or keeping the ball in play is the better option. I think this is after I look at it, I think maybe he makes the right choice. And again, that's first down, so you've got plenty of time here. Now, 2nd and 3, you're going to run the ball to the left, and Al Harris is going to stuff this thing for no gain. He beats Trent Williams on this one for the loss to hold it to 1. Watch right here, Al Harris. He's lined up just outside shade of Aaron Banks. You get the down block from Trent Williams. Harris is lower than him, though, so he's able to fight it off, and then he goes and makes the play. Really nice job by him. Could have been a positive game play for the 49ers, but they missed it there. And then on 3rd and 3, out of 11 personnel, always an 11 personnel on 3rd down. This is a tough one. There's not very much open here. He's going to go to Debo on that quick slant, but there's really not a whole lot there. You look at the routes down here, there's nothing up at the top. This is one of those other plays that watching it live, I made a note that I didn't like the throw, but then you watch it from here, from this angle, and you can see that there's not really a whole lot there for him to go with. There's not a whole lot there. This is a ball that needs to come out quick, and you have inside leverage up at the top on George Kittle at the 35. Down here at the bottom, you have inside leverage also on Christian McCaffrey. So I think that's the right spot to go. J10, thank you very much for the reminder. If you guys can hit that like button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Julius, I agree with you. He says, Jack, are you kidding? This 15-year-old prefers long TD runs over passes. Any day I'll take Christian McCaffrey's 68-yard run over any pass play. I like it too. I think it was great. So there's the incompletion there. That's the only possession the 49ers had in the first half where they don't score points. The only time they went 3 and out. Every other possession they drove down the field, they scored something, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal. Only reason this game wasn't a blowout in the first half is because they were having to kick field goals in the red zone instead of scoring touchdowns. This was the one drive one possession where they didn't move the ball down. First and 10. This is that again. It's the same concept that we've seen, over and over again, right? You've got the deep with the crosser behind it, with the over route behind it. There's your deep by, I think that's Deebo Samuel. This time the flat defender, see how he steps up towards the out route. It leaves it wide open for the crosser, which is Brandon Ayuk. It's wide open. They've run this thing over and over and over. This is the third or fourth time they've run it in the first half. And he's done a good job. Like I said, the earlier one, I thought it was a miss where he didn't throw it to Ayuk, but you look at it here and after watching it the second time through, he's been on the money with this route, with this concept. Just over and over. It's deep's cut, deep's taken, middle. Are you going to take the over route, or are you taking the flat? And he's made the right decision on all of them. Really good. And that ball, look at that thing getting through the arms of the defender at the line of scrimmage. Good stuff. So now we get first and 10 at the 41. The only thing that I don't like about this one, he throws it away, which is fine. The only thing I don't like, the only reason it's fine to play. I would like to say that I think he should, here's the one thing with Brock Purdy. When he gets pressure, his initial reaction is to bounce back into his left. We've watched him enough now to where you're starting to see that is a habit of his. When he gets pressure in the middle, he wants to bounce and roll to his left. That's fine to an extent. It could bite you. But right here, there's that pressure in the inside. He bounces out to the left. There's nothing there. I would like to see him do something like what he did earlier. I'd like to see him just take off with this ball. Maybe try to set up the block there, but I think that's Christian McCaffrey. I think he might have been able to get a yard or something like that instead of the throwaway. I think you can probably get to the sideline and get out of bounds for a short gain. The throwaway isn't the worst play that you could do there because it's of where they're at with the time. You don't have to use a timeout or anything like that. You're able to stop the clock. All you're doing is hurting your stats. I think when you look back at this game and you look at his numbers, the number of throwaways, a lot of his incompletions were throwaways. Not all of them, but a good number of them. This is one of those that isn't a throwaway though. Second and 10, 11 personnel, and this is just a miss. He has it wide open. It's probably a touchdown if he puts it on him. Just leads Juwan Jennings a little too much. If he hits Jennings in stride here, Jennings is in the end zone. Just a little too far out in front. And now third and 10. He's going to hit Deebo Samuel on the little crosser here. And I'm looking at this, and I need to go back and look at the route combinations and who your reads are, because, man, again, this is a touchdown if you throw this somewhere else. Watch. He's looking to his left side. The hole's there. Deebo's open, so he hits him. Look at Ray McLeod coming the other direction with his hand up. He's wide open at the 34 right there. It's a nice 18-yard completion, which is good. And again, it's just a matter of where is McLeod in the progression. And I'd have to go back and look at that. I don't know right now, but it's a nice completion. Moves the sticks, gets them in the field goal position. If he had seen McLeod there and was able to hit him again, that's a touchdown. Back-to-back possible touchdowns don't happen. He's reading the left side all the way, though. He's never looks to the other side. His eyes are over that way all the time, which is why he knows that 19's coming into the open area. First and 10. I don't like this one either. This is when there's no reason to do there's no reason to bail like he does. He almost gets caught for a big sack, almost takes the Friars out of field goal position. This is a bad play on his part. He gets pressure. It's okay. Get it. But what you've got to do here is you've got to step up. This is like earlier on in the game where you have some pressure. Step up into the pocket, right? Look at the hole. He has room to step, and if he steps up, he could run to his left because he's got the room there, or he could maybe even throw the ball to Christian McCaffrey down the middle, who is open. Either way, you need to step up in the pocket. You can't keep bailing out like this. When you get pressure, you step up, and that's where you need to work. He does it every once in a while, doesn't do it all the time. You got to step up into the pocket. Don't bail when it's. I get sometimes you're going to do it, but this is one where especially just watch the blocking in front of him, and it tells you where he should go in terms of his body. Forget about the throw for a second, but the protection is really good up front. Step up. There's no reason for you to take off like you do here, and this is a bad habit that they've got to get him out of. It should have been a roughing the passer, but there's nobody on the sidelines to make that call. They don't see him getting hit out of bounds. But step up. There's no reason to take off. The mistake that he makes is when he instead of stepping up, he turns and kind of starts to run forward. So he's out of balance here a little bit. Yeah, it's just, and then there's no referees around here because he's out of bounds when he gets hit. The referee that would make that call is turned and is looking at the ball being thrown. Same thing again here. And this is one where I think he takes off. He sees the pressure coming a little bit there on the inside. If he just has a little bit of faith in Trent Williams, he's got a touchdown to Juwan Jennings down the middle of the field. Watch this backside safety. You got the three receivers down here. This backside safety at the 15, he's looking inside the whole way. He's flat-footed. There's no way he's going to run with Jennings, who's running right past him. But because Purdy gets spooked by the pressure coming up in front of him, because watch it from here, you can see it even better. Watch, it's 51 or 93 is inside of him, so I can see where you might be a little worried about it. But watch Trent Williams regains his footing. He's able to get up inside. He's beat initially, but he makes the block. That's one of those jittery G kind of plays from Brock Purdy right there. Again, take it for what it's worth. Not saying that he did all the time, but that's one of those plays where that's not a good one. This one, I like the shot play here. That's a double move to Deebo Samuel. Really nice play by 30. I got to get that ball out a little bit in front more, but I think if he does, I don't think the ball's going to get to. I don't think that Samuel gets to that ball if it's put out in front where it needs to be, so the DB can't get his hand on it. You look at the play, there's a bunch up on the top that would possibly be open, but it's not there. This is a design shot play with a pump and go. If you want to say anything about it, needs to get it up a little bit high. No, Calbert, he pumps it for a reason. This isn't they're running a stop and go. Watch Deebo Samuel. That little stutter is where you got the pump. So a little stutter and go. He's got to pump it. If anything, maybe he needs to pump it a little bit sooner. All right, on to the second half. I think we're going to see them open up with something that they've run a lot. Let's see what we got going on here. That's a little bit different. Play action. I was looking at the wrong one. Play action with a throw to Juszczyk for 6. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. I looked at the wrong series. Come on, Jack, get it together. Boom. Wide open in front of him. Nice little start to the drive. Right back to 21 personnel like they started the game off with. 2nd and 4 here. It's going to be a run to the left side for McCaffrey. Let's see if he cuts this thing back up inside, picks up 3. Is that the right cut? Let's see. Yeah, he's cutting inside because Brendel's guy's on the outside. So he's taking that. Brendel's man has outside leverage. So that's why he's jumping up inside on this one. Just need to have McGlinchey make a little bit better block. Third and 1 still in 21. And Purdy has been struggling a little bit with his quarterback sneaks, but this is a nice one on his part. Nice gain of 3. Move the sticks, and now you got 1st and 10, 37, 21 personnel. So they're going to be in 21 personnel for quite a while here. 21 here, and they're going outside zone to the right side. Brendel gets beat across his face, and that's why you see the cut and trying to make anything out of it. But he might have been able to just keep running this thing outside and get wide. But he sees Brendel's man across. Watch Jake Brendel. He's going to try to get out here to the next man to his right. He gets beat. So that's where McCaffrey has to plant. So 2nd and 10, they're going to go play action right here. They're still in 21. You've got Deebo Samuel in the backfield. There's McCaffrey motioning. You have Kyle Juszczyk down here on the wing. George Kittle next to him. Brandon Ayuk up on top. There's your play action. They're running their corner post look here, which can be a deep shot to. I agree with you, Golden Cal Bear, on that. The throw to the end zone, it could have had a little bit more air under it. Nice completion there, man. You almost have the corner post though to Brandon Ayuk though. Watch this one again, one more time from the top. So this was one of their shot plays that they really like to run. You're going to have Ayuk. He's going to be going up to the corner and then back to the post. You've got the guy coming around. I think what happens here is Ayuk hasn't really cleared that safety, and so that's why he checks it down to a wide open Kittle. But he's looking there. He's looking to that deep throw. I think part of it is you have that backside safety waiting on that ball to be thrown, which is why Kittle opens up so much. Yeah, that's what it was. That's a good read. That backside safety is waiting for that ball to come out. And since he's waiting behind it, that's what helps open up Kittle. Really good job, though. Watch Purdy here. He keeps his eyes in the field. He wants to hit it, but he sees it. Now it's open. I'm going to hit this guy across the middle for a gain of 23. First and 10, still in 21. Now they have Elijah Mitchell in the game. They're going to run a toss out to the right. It's a nice run. He makes a nice cut right here. This is a good cut. Let's just see where the miss comes from. Why it's only a gain of 4 instead of more. If it's looks like the safety's 26. Hit that like button, please, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Always like to remind you guys of that. And then a loss here for Mitchell. Yeah, it's that's the one where I remember writing this one down. 81 just misses it. They're just trying to run the little inside with the motion though across, and watch this when they run it with motion across from. Send me the next one. Sorry, I went too far back. When we get to this next play, this is 2nd and 6. They're trying to run here up the middle out of the gun. They're going to motion across Croft, and Croft's going to miss the block on the edge. So you get the tackle in the backfield. They're going to come back to the same play, though. They're going to come back to the same play in 2 plays. The difference is they're going to say, screw this. And we're not even going to mess with the motion stuff. We're just going to line up our guy over there to take that guy out of it. But first, we got to pick up the first down. So here on 3rd and 7, 11 personnel. Purdy, this is the throw. Somebody mentioned it earlier where the throw from Purdy where it basically went over the shoulder and right next to the helmet arm of a defender on this little slant right here. And a really nice play by Debo at the end of it, and he gets his leg grab and all heck breaks loose on the field for a minute. You see a little pull by 23. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this though from this angle. I'll see if I can stop it because this was a really cool. Look at how he has the sidearm this thing. He can't even throw this thing over, but he's throwing it basically between right over the shoulder of Aaron Banks. I mean, that's wild. His sidearm, like he just whipping that thing right over his shoulder. That's nice ball. But then here's the next play I was telling you about. And I remember the play a couple minutes ago where they ran the ball up the middle and they lost yardage. So they come back to it right here. They just decide that instead of having the tight end have the pull across, you notice they just put him over there. And they're going to bring 44 across, though. See, just a little bit different. It's pretty much very similar action. They're hitting that same hole, just doing it, getting there in a different way. Much less motion and movement to make the block. This one I think is a little bit more of a trap type of look. Watch, trap down. It's like their front side. It's like an inside counter. They got all the way blocking down. They got the kick out and then right up inside. But instead of, it's nice. It looks like the same thing the other direction. Basically the same play coming back the other way. Juszczyk misses his block on the man. He knows it. 3rd and 1. McCaffrey over left guard. That's good. Good stuff. Watch Aaron Banks. Watch 65 right here. When we watch this from the end zone, watch 65. He just keeps chopping his feet as he's trying to move this guy along. Watch this. This is like the, you know, when you're in high school and your coach will put you on that blocking sled and you're wondering why the heck you're having to push that blocking sled around the field all day. As a lineman, this is 65 right here. He's working that Seahawks lineman like he's a blocking sled. Watch this. Watch 65, the left guard. Gets into him and look at those feet. Just keep chopping. Keep chopping them. That's good stuff. I like watching that stuff. Nice little run there for the touchdown. Well, actually, I think they call him down just short, but that should have been a touchdown. It was a nice run. He gets contacted in the backfield, breaks free, and then gets down to just outside the goal line. Brock Purdy steals the touchdown on the next play. Look at that. 26 is there. That's the only reason why it's not a touchdown is because I think it's a kneel off the corner. Gets into him a little bit and slows him down. Thank you, Julius. I appreciate it. And then, this is spot on. This is one of I've been talking about this since the time they brought him in. Just the attention that McCaffrey gets. McCaffrey's putting up, his numbers are one thing, which is fantastic. But the way that he's impacting everybody else, and you've got McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel completely impacting it, and the quarterback just needs to hit the guy that's open. All right, so here we go. Next possession, 1st and 10. 21 formation. Just that quick in route to Deebo Samuel. And this is the thing that we haven't seen much from Deebo Samuel this year. They've been using him a lot more on just those underneath passing routes. So it's nice to see him be able to get something where it's downfield. I talked about this a little bit pregame with somebody who was talking about Deebo not being all that being himself. And I said a lot of it's because they're not getting the ball down the field. And well, here you go. Get him the ball in space. Get him running. Don't have him catching screens all the time and that kind of stuff. Actually, let him run routes. And here's one example of it for a gain of 10. That's a nice throw by Purdy. Puts it right on him. So you get a first down right off of that. You're at the 40. Yeah, we can change it over here. You're at the 40. You're in 21 personnel. I'm going to run this thing over the left tackle. Good job of pushing it and then it bouncing back. That's a really nice one. Nice run. It's supposed to be an outside run. Pressing. It cuts there. There's nobody there right off the back. Just keep working back. And nice run by McCaffrey to pick up 9. Yeah, Bo Jackson from Tecmo Bowl says Kia 1967. Absolutely. We've got the run up the middle. Look at that thing just open up. Good to see you, Moses. Good to have you on here. Ward definitely had some struggles on that deep ball, and the good thing was, though, he was able to keep everything in front of him. Look at that blocking up front. Easy. It's good. It's so, as a running back, when your offensive line does the work that the Friars offensive line is doing in this game, it makes it a little bit easier for you to run the ball between the tackles. 1st and 10, they're going to run this thing to the left side on a toss. They just aren't able to get it there this time like they did earlier. It was blocked up much better for Samuel on his toss earlier when they ran the same play. Yeah, it's just not blocked quite well enough with the receivers on that one. 2nd 11. This is I've seen a lot of people talk about this play. This is the opening play of the 4th quarter. Friars ran this play up in Seattle. Play action, hit your back foot, throw it, and this is a 33-yard completion. I've seen people talk about this and say it's not a good throw. Let's be honest. This isn't a good throw, and that this ball is inside. It's a tough throw because he's starting off to his left, and look at the footwork involved with getting himself in position to make the throw. He's running stretch zone to the left, having to then plant and throw the ball back that direction. This is a really tough throw to make. What I will say is the cool part about it is that he puts it on him. I think that I was reading on Twitter where somebody said that this is a bad throw and it could have been picked. It's not close to being picked though, because the safety realizes that he's misread this. Look at the safety. He's in the middle of the field. He doesn't have time. He's too far over. He's just trying to get over there. He never is even looking at the ball. This ball comes out, his head's down and running. Because if he's looking up, he might be able to make a play on it, but he's out of position and his eyes are never on the ball. Is it late? Black 59 Razor says the ball's late. Yeah, it probably is. Again, he's also rolling to his left or stretched to his left, having to spin around. You can't. How's he supposed to get this ball out any quicker? It's not like he gets there and then stands and throws it. Let's watch it one more time. Let's see if there's any wasted motion from the time he gets to the top of where he's supposed to get and spins around. Again, they're running stretch to the left. Play action, hits, boom, turn. You got it. I mean, I don't think he can get that ball out of any of his house. And I don't think he can get the ball out of his hands any quicker than on that one. And you're not the worst. You're fine. But I'm just saying, I don't think that he can get this ball out any quicker. So ball needs to be a little more to the left, maybe. But quite frankly, I'm just glad that you have a 49ers quarterback that can actually hit this throw. How many have we seen miss this throw in the last 2.5 years? This is a throw that this is hey, at least it's hit, and the safety's never even there to make a. He's never looking at the ball to make a play on it. So that's a nice one. They're trying to run an inside screen again. Here's another one of those plays. I talked about it earlier. Where Purdy, the number of times that he's throwing the ball away. Here's another one of those throwaways. They're trying to run a screen in the middle. Pressure in his face. It's not able to get it out. So what does he do? He just grounds it. And this is a good play. This is one of those. It's a high level play from a young guy. I think. Shoot! I just screwed it up. Where were we? Yeah. I think we're right here. Here we are. Sorry about that, guys. So here we are. They're going to run that little screen. 1st and 7. I think this is a really good play. No reason to try to throw this over the top because you're not going to get it to him. You got too much pressure in front of you. Just throw it in the ground, and if it gets to him, awesome. If not, run the next play. It's a touchdown if he's able to get to him, but I just don't think he can get it to him with the pressure in his face right here. 10's right there right away. Burns it. So you come back 2nd and 7. You're still in that same spot. Talked about it earlier how he kind of slides to his left a little bit. You kind of see that here it is again. He's looking to his left, so he slides to the left, which was what gets him into trouble. Does a nice job, though, of coming off of that and finding his check down. Again, he wants to go to the left with this thing, and there's just really no reason for him to be – he needs to stay where he is, though. Like, he needs to be chopping his feet, maybe even moving a little bit to his left to stay in the pocket there. But you see he does a really nice job of reacting and being able to get turned. Hold on 1 second. Let me. There's your touchdown. Two-point conversion here, and then he's going to hit Kittle down at the bottom, right off play action, puts the ball right on him. Really nice catch by Kittle for the conversion. 31-17, and this game's over now. This is the Deebo Samuel show. Little screen out here to the left for a gain of 2. Just get the ball and get it out quick to him. Boom, play action, out. Not well blocked up. Good defense there by Seattle. So 2nd and 8, 21 personnel. You're going to play action this thing, roll to the left. Easy throw from Purdy to Deebo on the roll to the left, gets his feet turned around, puts it on him. But look at again. Watch this one more time. The play action, boots out, puts the ball on gets the ball to Deebo. Wide open, easy throw. There's one block. Look at the block downfield by Brandon Ayuk, though. That's where all the stuff that they've been working with him on since the beginning of 2021 is paying off. You see it over and over again with Brandon Ayuk in this game. His run blocking and just blocking in general being just stellar. This play right here is all about Brandon Ayuk. It's a touchdown throw for It's a touchdown throw for Purdy, but man, that is a pretty play by number 11. Just, because it's not like the throw's even perfect. I mean, he hits the guy, right? The guy's wide open. He puts it on him. Just play action, gets outside, boom, put it there, and now watch. There's a little one, but look at Ayuk. 19 does a good job of helping him out, set up that block, but yeah, and Ayuk knows that he did. And look at him running across the field. Again, love that stuff. That's the kind of stuff I just love that stuff when I watch football. The way that guys can do that that's just a high level football play. A long touchdown throw, long touchdown off of a pass, but it's really set up by guys downfield making plays. It's like I'm an old fart, so I remember watching 1989. The 49ers in Los Angeles against the Rams, and Joe Montana to John Taylor for 2 90-plus yard touchdowns. Neither time did he throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field. But the blocking downfield by everybody else to help Taylor get down the field. Thank you, Black 59 Razor. Exactly. That blocking down the field, creating the running lane for John Taylor to be able to finish those plays off. Just fantastic stuff. You see that there with Brandon Ayuk. We're at the end here of it. Not a whole lot going on. I think they're going to get a field goal out of this drive, and we've got to make sure that we hit the final play of this possession, though. So we'll go through it, but yeah, high level stuff on the blocking out there by Ayuk. Love it. It's a nice run by Ayuk on their little split belly zone with the toss out of it. 3rd and 7, 11 personnel. Not a big throw right here. This is a quick out to Juwan Jennings. That's a nice cross-field throw from the right hash. Puts it on the money. It's not a deep out, but it's an out route nonetheless. About as deep as the 49ers really run their outs. Usually in that 8 to 10 yard round. They don't really usually run beyond 10 yards too often. And that was a nice ball, though, by Purdy right there. 1st and 10 at the 26, and you get Mitchell up the middle for nothing. Gets stuffed. Second and 11. Mitchell over the left guard for 4. Come on, Jack. Let's get this thing going. Nice push, nice cut. That's just like that. Look at that. Just puts 26 on his back. I think it's 26. Whoever that safety is, he ends up just getting trucked by Elijah Mitchell right here. Watch this. This is one of those plays that Ronnie Lott used to talk about. Watch this one. Got 26 in the hole. Get on the ground. Still helps. Still kind of makes the tackle, but he's making that tackle on his behind. Nice stuff. And then 3rd and 7. Right up the middle for 10. Move those chains. Keep the clock rolling. They're just trying to run out the clock. They want to get this game over with. Nice run. Now we come to I'm going to fast forward it just a little bit here, guys. I want to get to the 3rd down play. So 3rd and 10, 49ers are in looks like 21 formation here, or personnel, excuse me. Play action boot to the left. It's all covered. Everything's covered. Has to start coming back. He just puts it right on him in the back corner of the end zone. That should be a touchdown. This is the almost Mahomes play, right? The Mahomes-esque play of Brock Purdy here. I'll do this in my Chris Berman imitation voice. So he play action, roll to the left. He's looking. It's not there. Defender comes to get him. Whoop! Another one. Whoop! Keeps coming across. Plants his foot. Makes him miss. And then boom. The only bad part about this is that hit at the end that he takes is very similar to the one that knocked Joe Montana out of the 1990 NFC Championship game against the Giants. Good thing he's not hurt. So that would have been bad news for the 49ers. But watch this play again from the end zone view. Boot. Nothing's open. He's sitting, nothing. Makes the guy miss. Makes another guy miss, gets a little block. Runs across. Makes another guy miss, gets hit. That should be a touchdown. Good stuff out of the young quarterback there. And they're going to run out the clock here and finish this game off. But what a performance by the 49ers offense in this game, right? They came out, they put up a bunch of points in the beginning of the first half. They put up 16 points. They moved down the field. They scored on all but one possession. You got to put the ball in the end zone. No, that's the difference. You go back and you look at this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On their first 9 possessions of the game, they scored 8 times, punted once. It was just dominate on the offense throughout this game. And you see it. Brock Purdy, again, I would be interested to go back and look at his numbers, what his totals were when you take away the balls that he threw away on purpose. I think he played this game at a pretty high level. When you get to the playoffs, as somebody said, it's about making the plays, and you're not going to make all of them. You might not be quite as consistent as you are during the regular season. Things aren't going to be as easy, but it's about making those plays when they present themselves. And you look back at this game, and that's what Brock Purdy did. There were some misses along the way, but for every miss that he made, there was a make, and so that's the biggest thing. And so again, you have Brock Purdy playing at a high level, Christian McCaffrey with all that talent around him. I'm really thinking that this offense, for those of you who follow my channel enough, you probably remember back earlier on in the season, I was talking about how good this defense was and how I enjoyed watching this defense. And it reminded me a lot of that 1994 defense where you're excited to see them get on the field. I think the offense has caught up to them. You go back and you look at that 1994 offense and how good they were down the second half of the season, down that stretch run of the 94 season, getting into the Super Bowl, winning it. They were playing at an extremely high level down that last stretch and carried that into the playoffs. And I think we're seeing that right now with the 49ers. So thanks, everybody, for taking the time to join. If you can do me a favor before you head out, hit that like button for me. That'd be fantastic. And then also, if you're watching this, you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and then hit the little bell notification so you don't miss it when we go live. Thank you all very much for taking the time to tune in. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll be back soon. Keep it locked in here, though, to the Jack Hammer channel for breaking 49ers news and updates as it happens. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.